What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. I ain't gonna even hold you. All right. You know what? I apologize. You know, I take full responsibility. I was supposed to do this live like multiple times, but honestly, y'all, let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, before I get into everything, let me tell y'all what happened. All right. So Sunday night, I was supposed to leave out of Atlanta at I think like 10:38. Then my flight got pushed back to 11:08. Then it got pushed back to 11:45. So I did not leave. Well, the plane didn't take off until like 11:45. I didn't get back to my own city until like 12, like not 12 something, but like 1 something, like about 1:15. Then when I got home, it wasn't until like 2 a.m. Mind you, it was Monday. I gotta go to work, right? I gotta go to work still in the morning. So I had to hurry up, take my ass to sleep. Then I have the gym on Tuesday. Now, Monday I was exhausted after work. I did not have the energy to even watch Real Housewives. I didn't get to see it Sunday because I was traveling. And then on Tuesday, I had chest day with my trainer at the gym. And that shit wore me out. That man went ham on me. And I could barely lift my arms up the next day, which was then on Wednesday. And like I was just very uncomfortable. I should have probably stretched afterwards, especially because now I'm in my 30s, but I did not feel like stretching. So I ended up suffering on Wednesday. You know, I thought I was going to be able to do it on Wednesday, but then I had to push it back again. And then I had it set for 12 today. But then I was watching the episode. I was like, it's a lot happening. I need to take notes. And I was like, y'all probably will want me to take notes so I can get more in depth about all of this. So let me take notes. So as I was taking notes, I'm pausing and stopping and rewinding things to see if I missed something. Kind of like how I do with my Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews. I take notes for those. So like I had to push it back to 12:30, but I still had more stuff that like probably 3 to 4 more minutes I had to watch on the episode and take notes. So then I didn't get on to about 12:40. And now I'm here right now. Y'all. I'm here right now. Y'all got me. Okay, hold on. Let me blow my nose real quick. Oh Jesus. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, y'all. I'm here. But like, yeah. So I just don't want y'all to think like I was just not feeling like doing it and basically like being lazy or anything. Like I really was trying, but it's like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. Let me put y'all comments on the stage too, by the way. Also, let me say hi to everybody. Hey Keisha, what's up, Ray? What's up, Shay? So pretty. Kahara Collins, Cam I Am, Monique King, Keisha, Pink Petals, Pacino Rules, Gina. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Let me start the intro. What's up? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. And this video is none other than my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, episode 16. Okay. And y'all, I tried to be really objective about this as possible. And for those of y'all who don't believe me, I got my notes. And if you look, hold on, one of these damn notes, it actually says be objective. Hold on, let me show y'all. Hold on. Be objective, Jeremy. Be objective, Jeremy. I was like, okay, I have to be objective about this. Because I wanted to cover all of the stuff that was happening as best as I could. All right, so if needless to say, if y'all are ready, we can get it started. Please put a 1 in the chat. Please put a 1 in the chat. Please put a 1 in the chat, y'all. Let me know y'all ready for me. Okay. Let me get the lip ready. Y'all listen. Child, I was in Atlanta, and I for one of the days I kind of like helped Andario and Jamar film one of the scenes for Chasing Atlanta. And y'all, that was a mess. That was a mess. Y'all gonna get y'all life this season. But listen, okay, I see all the ones in the chat. So let's get started. So the episode picks up where the last one left off. So the first scene that we see Shamia, right? Now, Shamia's in the doctor's office getting Shiloh checked out. Apparently, Shiloh is making some weird noises, some weird sounds or something, and she needed to go to the doctor. But who's not at the doctor's office with Shamia? You know, America's best dad. You know the dad that deserves a child, the dad that deserves a son, so I'm going to put everybody's body at risk for the son that he deserves, and he can't even be here at the doctor's office when he called me when I was in Grenada shaking my ass because the damn room was cold. Is that what we are to believe? This is the dad. This is it. This is the best dad. Great father, but go off, sis. So the producer asks Shamia in the confessionals, they say, like, Shamia, like, why do you have like your children all greased up in the face? And Shamia says, like, I was greased up when I was a child and I, came out fine. I have great skin and I can walk outside without no makeup on. And I was like, you know what, Shamia, that is one thing I do agree with you on. Like growing up, my mama, my auntie, my cousins, they Vaseline my face down. And I really do believe that it has some type of healing or some type of protective barrier in your pores against other things, so I can definitely understand. I feel like that's a Black experience. Like we all be getting greased the fuck up when we little and shit, especially when you got to go to church. Like one thing that they used to do to me when I went to church, they used to grease my face up. And another thing that my cousins used to do, they would have to put lotion on me and stuff like that because I was only I think about 5 or 6, so I didn't really know how to moisturize my own body, of course. And they used to put lotion in their hands, blow it, warm air on it, rub it together to make it warm, and then lotion me up. Just so sweet, right? My cousin Shay, bless her heart. But Shamia tells us that when she was in Grenada, she ended up getting strep throat, but she has taken antibiotics for the last 3 days. So she hopes that there's no chance that she gave Shiloh strep throat or got Shiloh sick, right? So they end up swabbing Shiloh. Shiloh ends up coming back negative, right? I don't know, some of the interaction between the doctor and Shamia was a little bit weird. Not in a disrespectful way, but I don't know. Something about the doctor's commentary on some of this stuff was a little off to me. I didn't personally like it in some aspects. Like the whole joking about like, oh, so you brought the strep throat home. Like, ma'am, please don't say that. Please don't say that. Don't even joke like that. Okay, like I don't know. Like I didn't well too much appreciate it. So Shamia tells us that they moved forward with I think her name is Asha. You know, the girl who was about to be the surrogate, who kind of looked like she was going through hard times struggling. You know, the one who looked like she is no stranger to a hungry man's dinner. You know, the one who looked like maybe she may eat hot pockets for dinner here and there, you know, on the stretch, and that, you know, she needed that money, so she was willing to give up her uterus in, you know, in the case of, but she lets us know that they went forward with that, but it did not take. And I was like, okay, so we keep on trying to have kids and the kids ain't working. I was like, so is it the egg or is it the sperm? Which one? I was like, because it has to be a reason why the baby is not coming through when you want the son. I was like, it has to be either the egg or the sperm. And I think that maybe while we got all of these, you know, women putting their bodies at risk, you know, to try to have these babies, like, has Gerald tried to get his specimens checked out to see if he has a good sperm count? Have we done that? Because like, we're not just gonna keep on wasting my motherfucking eggs if you really are not, if you really can't have them swim to the finish line. And maybe God don't want you to have another baby. Like, y'all barely are able to grasp the things that are happening with the child that y'all already have now. And on top of that, like, you already have one child who, to me, I feel like is really wanting a lot of attention as well, like the other child, right? So why are we trying to bring another child into it? It makes you almost feel as if not Greg, but Gerald does not really respect having daughters as much as he would if he had a son. You know, like, it feels like he doesn't really feel that a daughter can carry a legacy, or a daughter can really do the things that he believes that a son can do. Like, and I really just think that's really disrespectful. And I really do think that's a slap in the face to the daughters, and not only the daughters, but any of the women in your family right now. And I don't really understand that whole thing, whereas, like, you know, to carry on my legacy, carry on my last name, I feel like a woman could carry on somebody's last name fine. Like, if you don't want your daughter to change her last name when she's married, then just tell her that. Let her know, like, it would mean a lot for me, you know, if you kept your name and, you know, made a legacy of it. Don't give it up. And I don't really understand the whole giving up your name thing anyway. Like, I don't really believe that you really need to do that. Like, I feel like we could be married and still keep our own names, or at best hyphenated. Like, if I get married, I'm not dropping my name. I'm not dropping my name. And I don't really feel like you should either. You know, because, like, shit, I don't really fuck with my family anyway. So it's not like I would be like remiss if you did not put my last name. Like, shit, it ain't like my family doing shit with the name anyway. You know, shit, I'm trying to make some pop with it. But let's move on. So we in the next scene. So we see Phaedra, right? Phaedra goes into her son's room. So Phaedra is looking at her son basically stitch some clothes and fabrics together. I guess the son is learning how to sew, or he has learned how to sew. So Phaedra lets us know that her sons are very, you know, intelligent, you know, they bright, they out of the universe, and the universe is the sons and shit. So she tells us that one of them is very money driven, kind of like her, because she has all of these jobs. You know, she's a mortician, she's a lawyer, you know, she's an auntie that like to wear hot girl clothes, she is a liar, she is a philanderer, she wears wigs that are way too high in B613 intensity for her skin tone. You know, Phaedra does a lot of things. So she feels that her son has inherited that. But the other son is the one who, at one point, he wanted, I guess, bell-bottom pants. But they didn't have any bell bottoms in his size. So Phaedra told him, well, why don't you actually make it? I'll get you a sewing machine, I'll get you a class, and I'll get you a coach, and you can end up making whatever you want to make. And I was like, you know what? I wish I knew how to sew, because baby, let me tell you something. I struggle finding pants because if these thighs ain't thick, if it ain't giving thick thighs, and it ain't like, thick in like a fat type of way. Like, I have very muscular legs. So like, no matter what I wear, it's hard to find things to fit my leg and waist at the same time, because my waist is way more smaller than my leg, width. So I can never find pants to fit right. So I was like, that's a really good thing that she taught him. And I was like, it's cool to teach your kids that, like, it's okay to be creative and make your own things and to do your own things. And to be honest, the kids really do seem like they are very smart, intelligent, and like they have their head on straight. Hopefully they don't end up like either of their parents, in the negatives. That is, where they may be a liar, a cheater, stealing the VIN numbers off of cars and stuff like that. Let's just hope that that's not what the kids end up. But they do seem like they have their head on straight, and they are, really good kids. So congratulations to Phaedra. She really do seem like a good mama. Let's just hope that, like, you are teaching your kids accountability as they get older, so they don't go around, basically feeling entitled to treat people however they want to be treated and not have to get, any repercussions for that. That's the only thing that I worry about when it comes to, like, the whole woman son, dynamic. Is a lot of times moms don't like to hold their sons accountable, and it really does cause a really negative effect in their adult life where they lack accountability. That's why all of these niggas are on these red pill podcasts now, blaming Black women for all the problems that they create. Literally. But honestly, I just hope that that's not what it is. But I think that they some good kids. Let's move on, child. Let's move on. So now we in the third scene. We see Kelli, y'all. And all I could think about was all the time that I was loving you. You were busy loving yourself. I would stop breathing if you told me to. Now you're busy loving someone else. 11 years out of my life. Besides the kids and nanas, got nothing to show. Wasted my years, a fool of a wife. I should have left your ass long time ago. That's what I was thinking. Because we see Kelli go to the courthouse, right? We see Kelli go to the courthouse. So because we can't have cameras inside the court, for whatever reason that is. After court, she said it was a shit show. Kelli get back to the house, and the first thing she does is get Lamont, her butler and publicist, because all the housewives have to have a gay friend that does their nails, folds their clothes, change their tampons, do their makeup, do their hair, all of that shit. So he hands her a glass of wine like a house slave, and she just says, it's just so much, like, it's just, I cannot believe I'm still not divorced. So we find out Kelli ain't even divorced right now, right? So she hears a knock at the door. She sees that it's Shamia. The man goes, open the door. Shamia comes in, and Shamia wants to know the tea. She's like, girl, what happened at the courthouse? Let us know what's going on at the courthouse. So she tells Shamia that I am not divorced. I'm still not divorced. And y'all, I don't know why, but this was one of the most soothing Kelli scenes I've seen in a long time, because y'all know Kelli is always loud. But baby, if she was not at a 50% decibel during this scene, I was like, my God. maybe we need to exhaust her a lot more, not make her like sound like, she needs to go through negative things, but like maybe she needs to go to the gym or something like that. Maybe go for a jog, run, get yourself exhausted a little bit, then come to the scene. That way we don't have to turn our TVs down to 20% when we hear you on mics and shit. Like, like I was like, wow, Kelli is not yelling. I like that, But she lets Shamia know that she not divorced. The man went to jail. They went over the time for for I guess the examinations or something like that. And then I guess he went to jail for child support. So I was like, so he went to jail for child. So why would he go to the courthouse knowing that he needs to pay child support? Like, why would you show up to the courthouse just to get arrested for lack of payment of child support when you already got arrested already for non-payment of child support? It doesn't even make sense to me. Like, and I really started to feel bad for Kelli because like I have a heart. Although, towards the end of this season, I can say that Kelli is probably not my favorite person on the show. I don't want to see anybody going through something with a narcissist or an abuser or anything like that. And I always want to make it a point to say that although, I do feel some type of ways about the way Kelli moves on the show, nobody deserves that. And that's kind of why I've been hard on her, because I'm saying like you're going through all of these things where like you have this man literally draining your life force. And instead of you taking that as a lesson, knowing the place that you're in, you instead go to another woman dealing with the same thing and dogpile on her when she's literally in the fight of her life as well. So that's where my irritation comes from when it comes to Kelli. Like if Kelli was not on the bullshit with Drew this season, I wouldn't really have a problem with Kelli like that on the show. Like, so it just really begs into fact, like, we just probably need to be more understanding and way more empathetic of people and what they're going through, right? So let's move on. So Angela calls Kelli while Kelli is talking to Shamia, and she calls to check up on her. I was like, that is crazy, Kelli. You have been on this show literally showing your whole ass, like with Shamia. And people are extending you empathy and sympathy for what you're going through, and you have not done that for other people. You sitting here talking about, what about that baby though? And this is the same woman that's calling to check up on you about your divorce court date. Like, I really just want you, as you move on from this season, if y'all have another season after this, or if you come back, I really want you to pay attention to that, to how you really treat people when they're treating you better. Like you dogging out everybody, dogpiling on everybody, putting out like, these false allegations about people, but you need sympathy and you want support when you're going through stuff. Those two things don't align. They are mutually exclusive. But Shamia says, like, it's really sweet of Angela to call and check up on you. That's really sweet. They were very surprised about that because these two have been dogging Angela out for most of the season. So that, like, they were like, whoa, like Angela called us? Like, that's crazy. That's very sweet of her. I was like, yeah, because she's a kind person. She has a heart. She doesn't like just treat people like the bottom of her shoe and, talk about people's facial characteristics and stuff like that unprovoked, So maybe y'all need to be a little bit more like Angela. But then Shamia asked, and to me, I'm not going to lie, y'all, the way Shamia probed this question, it sounded like it was already pre-planned for her to talk about it with Kelli to, make Brit look bad. I'm not gonna lie. That's how I looked at it. The way that Shamia brought it up, like, have you spoken to Brit? Y'all are supposed to be best friends who are in matching outfits and stuff like that. That she has not spoken to Brit, Shamia. You know that. You know that. And I'm pretty sure even before you got there, she's told you that she has not spoken to Brit. And you know that after Grenada, she hasn't spoken to Brit. So why are we asking a question that we already know the answer to? Like, I don't see it for Shamia at all, y'all. I really don't. But let's continue. So she says, I have not heard from Brit since Grenada, and it hurts. I supported Brit through so many different things that she's been through. I did this for her when she was going through Kenya, going at it with Kenya. I supported her. I took up for her. When her events were going on, I supported that. I brought her flowers. I brought an IV drip. I did so many different things for Brit, and it's crazy that I'm not getting anything in return. Now, granted, they had their issues in Grenada, right? And I can completely understand that, right? The problem that I'm seeing here is that you and Brit talked this out. Brit said that she was good. Kelli said that she was good. For Brit not to reach out to Kelli after that is insane to me. And based on the whole thing with Glam Squad stuff, right? This had happened while they were in Grenada. Like, you knew that Kelli had already told the team not to work with you. You told Phaedra from what Phaedra said. So I don't really understand why Brit is not being there. Why Brit is not there for Kelli. It's not really aligning to me. The shit's not making sense because you already knew that Kelli had basically told her team not to work with you, and y'all had already talked everything out. You already told her that you don't need a team. So why is it that she's going through this turbulent, situation right now when she really could use your support and you don't extend that to her? And I completely understand that, you might be feeling some type of way about whatever happened when y'all were in Grenada and she allowed, Shamia to play in your face. But the thing about it is, you said that you were good. You said that you were good after that. And if you still felt some type of way, if you felt raw about it, that is when you should have communicated it with Kelli and let her know, I'm not really happy with you right now. I don't really see it with you. I don't really see it for you right now. That way, she's not confused as to why her best friend, who she just talked everything out with in Grenada, did not reach out to her when they got back to Atlanta and she knew that she had a court date coming up. And to be honest, them showing all of those different times that, Kelli showed up for Brit, it did kind of make me feel a little bit differently than I did prior in my reviews that I had because, hindsight is 2020. I feel like as you go through episodes, you can kind of forget things that had happened in the beginning because I didn't really notice, or I guess really paid attention to all of those different things that Kelli were doing for Brit. And I can completely understand how that shit is hurtful for you to not get that support that you give out. And I have been through that so many times in my friendships where I extend myself, I support, I do what I need to do, but I don't get that in return. I remember your birthday and you don't even hit me up on mine. I supported your event. Meanwhile, you haven't even came to any of the stuff that I planned. I can completely understand that. So I feel like Kelli is justified in that feeling. I feel like she's completely justified. So let's move on. So now the next scene that we see is Kelli hosting the Williams and Sonoma event. Now, y'all, I am a little bit younger. I just turned 30, but I'm not really familiar with Williams Sonoma. Like, I've been hearing that that's like a really good brand of, like, I guess kitchenware. That what you call it, cookware or something. But y'all, I was raised in the hood. Like we was on Section 8. Bitches wasn't going to like Williams and Sonoma to go get pots and pans and shit. We was going to Walmart. Shit, maybe Family Dollar if they had something. I wasn't familiar with Williams and Sonoma, but I was like, okay, cool. Williams and Sonoma. Might have to check that out. And like I just go down there to the Target and get my pots and pans, or to the Walmart. I don't really go try to get designer, kitchenware, but I understand that it's probably very high quality, of course. But I didn't really know much about it, but I was happy for her. But she lets us know that she is a brand ambassador. She's been a brand ambassador for, I think, since like 2019. She's hosted 7 events. And I was like, how did Kelli get all of these brand deals? I promise y'all, I've never heard of Kelli a day in my life, and I never heard nobody talk about Kelli. And it's not to say that she don't deserve the stuff that she's getting. I'm just saying, like, where have we been if Balmain and, this huge cookware brand knows about Kelli, but the rest of us don't? Like, I just never really it doesn't make sense to me. Like, obviously she has these partnership deals, but I was like, well, how has she been marketing herself? How has she been, because I have never heard of this woman before this show. So before this show, who is she influencing to get Balmain deals and these different brand deals? I'm sorry, that's a little confusing to me. That's a little confusing. Not even TJ Maxx or Marshalls? No. I get a lot of other things at Marshalls and TJ Maxx. So I get a lot of house decor from TJ Maxx and not Target, but TJ Maxx and Marshalls. No, not TJ Maxx, but Marshalls. That's where I get it from. So like I got some really nice paintings, some really huge paintings in my place that you guys can't see because like you guys are facing from the wall that they're on right now. But yeah, I have like a whole bunch of different paintings and portraits in my house. So I definitely love to frequent like TJ Maxx or whatever like that. But I'm not thinking like, let me buy some pots and pans here. Like, I just associate pots and pans with grocery store, supermarket. That's how I connect the two. Ross too, they have great options for your kitchen. Yeah, and you want to know something? Like, my ex is probably somebody who would know more about that. Whenever we did, for those of y'all who don't know, I used to have a boyfriend. He featured on the channel like some time ago, actually, on one of the baddie reviews that we did, but we ended up breaking up. But when we were together, he definitely used to get stuff from like Marshalls or TJ Maxx. Like, I remember he got a non-stick pan that I have now from there. So yeah, but it just never really clicked for me like that. Williams Sonoma has great sales. It's an alternative Bed Bath and Beyond for me. It's been so long since I went to Bed Bath and Beyond. Like, do y'all still wear Bed Bath and Beyond lotion? Or is it called Bed Bath and Beyond? Or am I thinking about something else? I feel like I'm thinking about another brand. But y'all getting me off topic. Listen, we got a lot of stuff to go through. Okay? Damn it. Williams Sonoma. But y'all, so she lets us know that she invited Angela, Drew, and Phaedra to the event because she wants to establish, a deeper, connection with them. She says that after, their experiences in Grenada, she felt like she was growing closer to them and she wants to strengthen that bond. And I was like, it's so crazy how you and Brent want to fucking strengthen shit when y'all fall out and y'all been dogging hoes out this whole season. Now y'all want to befriend hoes. Kind of strange, don't you think? Don't you find that suspicious? Like, I don't know. It's something about that just feels disingenuous. It's like it's the end of the season. It's the end of the season. Now you want to build relationship? Now you want to build at the end of the season? Like, be fucking for real. But, so Angela brings Charles, y'all. And I guess Charles and Kelli are supposed to have like a cooking competition about who can make the best chicken and waffles. I don't know, Kelli. It looked like you might have like your hands full because this man looked like a damn field slave. And one thing about the slaves, we originated most of the cooking. Most of the stuff that we eat now came from slave recipes. So you may not be able to tussle with Mr. Otis in the kitchen because he looked like he been making masses waffles for years, y'all. Y'all know at the end of the day, it's still fuck Charles Oakley, but I will let y'all know. Y'all may or may not have been right. Cause I was kind of fucking with him, this episode a little bit because he still does the fuck shit that I really hate. But let's continue. So basically, Kelli is asked by Angela, has she spoken to Brit after, since they've been from Grenada? Angela gets the answer from Kelli, and Kelli says, well, me and her has not spoken. She says, well, is that normal for you two? Angela asking the hard questions like she usually does. And she says, well, it's not really normal. That's still my best friend, but I'm just focusing on myself right now. And everybody's basically thinking like something in the waffle mix ain't clean. Obviously so. It's obvious that Kelli and Brit were never real friends to begin with because real friends don't move like this. On both parts, right? Now, the next scene we see, y'all, we see Brit inviting Porsha and Cynthia to her home. Now, I guess Brit ended up taking some advice from Phaedra that she got in Grenada, and she really wants to, I guess, build this bond with Porsha and Cynthia and the rest of the ladies at the end of the season, mind you. The end of the season. Like, that don't even make sense to me. Y'all are wasting time here. This whole season, y'all have wasted time. So y'all have not attempted to build bonds with these people who y'all are on the show in a friend group with. What are we doing? That don't even make sense to me. And now at the end of the season, the second to last episode of the season, now you inviting hoes over to your house for the first time? Are you okay? Child, listen. So Porsha says everyone was on their best behavior in Grenada. Like she says, usually they can really get into it and get like real gutter and nasty with one another. But in Grenada, the energy was different, right? So Brit opens up to Porsha and Cynthia and she says, well, actually, there's some issues going on with me and Kelli outside of the group right now. She says that she was told by the Glam Squad that they were not allowed to work with her because Kelli told them to, right? She says that Kelli felt that she was on like the short end of the stick, and she's basically trying to figure out why Kelli is feeling this way. Portia's asking like, so what was it? Like, why does she have a problem with you using the same team? She says, well, apparently she felt that my outfits were better. She felt that, I was getting more attention. And obviously, that's completely ridiculous because it's her team. And it's just, it's just really disappointing to hear. She says that Kelli says to us in the confessional, she says that it is weird that Brit wants to use every member of her team, including her videographer. And I was like, now wait a minute. I thought it was only the Glam's team. I thought it was only the Glam Squad. That's what I thought. I did not know that Brit was trying to use the glam team, the hair team, the videographer, the social media, the damn preservation person. Like, that is kind of weird. See, I thought it was just clothes, but like, why is it that you haven't like found anybody else to do this? Now, originally, I thought it was just the glam team because that's what we were calling it. But then Kelli let us know that you using her videographer too. Like, don't you think that's a little bit far? And for you to feel a little bit spited because she told them not to work with you, like, ma'am, at this point, maybe it sounds like this was like temporary, because there's no way that like a glam squad would be able to work on two people at the same time. I had to really think about this, right? And I feel like maybe this was supposed to be temporary and you just never made it temporary. But then again, I have to also take into consideration that Kelli recommended her own glam squad to, to Brit. Like, I don't understand that either. Like, why wouldn't you recommend somebody else that's good? Like, why, like, in as many of the pocketbook gays they have out there in Atlanta, you couldn't find nobody to do your hair and your makeup and your clothes. Like, the gays love to be handbags for free out there. You could have definitely found some bitches who would do some shit for free. They may have exposed you after the show, rat, and blast you on social media, but you would have got what you needed. One thing the gays out there in Atlanta love to be are handbags. They love to be the stylist. They love to be the makeup artist. They love to be the beautician. They love to be the butler. They love to be the assistant. I could never understand why a 6 foot, 300-pound bench pressing nigga want to be somebody who is 4'11's assistant. And I don't think I'll ever understand that. You niggas need better. You niggas need to do better with yourselves. But honestly, all of that, and you can all of the pocketbook gays, the handbag gays, the clutch gays, the powder puff gays out there, you couldn't find nobody to do any of that shit for you, Brit. Like, I don't know. It's given that like maybe you probably are really a user, and I honestly feel like Kelli is a user as well. But the thing about you, Brit, is that you want to be able to take control of somebody's whole team and then get mad when they make the team cut you off. Like, girl, you should have, like, the thing about it is, what I would have done, I would have used the team for like maybe 1 to 2 times. Then I would have asked, so do you guys know any other stylists, any other makeup artists, any other hair people, that you guys are friends with? Because stylists and cosmetologists, they're usually friends with other people who are doing the same things because they have their own communities. So why not try to source different people from that team? Why just constantly use that same team? I don't like that. Don't make sense to me, y'all. I don't really understand it. But like, and another thing that Brit is doing is trying to make it seem as if like Kelli was forcing her to use this team. Like you made me use your team. Like you damn near forced me to use your team. Like that don't even make sense. No, I can't force you to get your makeup done by somebody. No grown ass woman that's 4'11" can force you to work with her team. That doesn't go together. But let's continue, child. She says, and what's a bigger slap in the face is she told the team to stop working with me, and now they're working with Shamia. And I was so behind Shamia. I supported Shamia. I held her secrets, but I don't understand why I need to be supportive of Shamia when Shamia is like really backing me into a corner, I was like, now this don't make sense, Brit. It don't make sense, Brit, what you're about to do. It don't make sense. See, you should have did this when you was in Grenada. That's when you should have exposed this information. And you ain't even doing it right. You're not doing this the best way you could. And I'm saying, like, if you want to expose somebody but try to leave your hands clean and not look like you are purposely trying to fuck up friendships, then you need to learn how to bring the topic up in a better way. So Brit is gonna say, y'all, she's gonna tell Porsha, like, yeah, like I won't hold her secrets no more. Like, all the conversations that she had with us about you, Porsha says, like, oh, she had a whole bunch of conversations with y'all about me. But like, me and her had a talk already. Like we and her already talked about everything. And she was like, girl, she showed me your messages. She showed us messages, I guess, between you and the lawyer or something. And it basically said that you need to take time to yourself. Like, I was like, why would you what's the point to even bring this up now? I was like, when Shamia was playing in your face in Grenada, that's when you should have dropped that bomb. That's when you should have dropped the bomb right then and there. But now you wait, and then you're using Shamia, using the glam team as a way to try to expose her to Porsha. Now, I do believe that that's some shit that Shamia did. Like I told y'all, I think that a lot of people feel that Shamia is like this high moral character, that Shamia is like this kind, great friend, and I just don't feel that way. I feel like Shamia is just as grimy as Porsha is, and I feel like probably more grimier because at least we know what Porsha is giving face value. It's not like we're confused by what Porsha is. It's not like we don't know that Porsha ain't shit. Like, we all know that Porsha ain't shit, right? Like, that's a general consensus. But Shamia likes to act like she's a good person, like that she is just the pillar of friendship. I'm such a devout Christian. I do the right thing. When she really be doing fucked up shit behind the scenes, and she coincidentally does it every single time a camera isn't around. Every single time a camera isn't around, there Shamia is exposing some shit that Porsha said. Whenever a camera isn't around, so then now we can get in front of the cameras if somebody exposes me, and I can just say the bitch is lying. Everybody can't be lying on you, Shamia. Everybody can't be lying on you. So Drew, Angela, Brit, Kelli, all making up that you be talking shit about Porsha behind her back and letting people know how disgruntled you are with your friendship. Everybody's just making this up. It has no basis. It has no reason why it's being said, right? That don't even make sense. But back to you, Brit. Like, the look of, like, is that something a friend would do? Like, you don't even know how easy you are to read through. You make it so easy to just see how calculated and gutter butt you are. And it's not like you even move intelligently about it. See, what Jeremy would have done if he was trying to do the same thing, I would have been like, let me think. I would have been like, you know what, Porsha, and I want to apologize, for the way that I came at you when I was in Grenada, when you were letting me know that, I needed to build a bond with you, even though I was asking for support and stuff like that. Like, I should have handled that better, and I should have kept in mind the things that you're going through. Shamia had showed us messages about like you going through, going to therapy or talking to your lawyer, and I should have took that in consideration. That's how you should have did it. That's how you should have dropped that in there. Just apologize for how you carried yourself, but drop it in there that you should have took what Shamia said that Porsha was going through by way of the text message that she showed you that you shouldn't even knew about, and then all hell would have broke loose. Literally. It could like, I don't know, maybe I'm just smarter than the average bear, but the way that Brit moves about disseminating information, it's just so sloppy. I was like, it's giving fail. And Porsha didn't even like, because of the way that you did it, Porsha wasn't going to give you the satisfaction to seeing her upset. Porsha said in response to this, y'all, well, wow, but at the end of the day, Brit, just do what's best for you when it comes to Kelli and your friendship. Just do what's best for you, right? Don't don't focus on anything else. Just focus on that. And I was really impressed, to be honest, because I was not expecting Porsha to do that. Especially after Porsha, ran up them stairs, ran up them stairs, down the stairs into the driveway in her car, when Angela told her what Shamia said about her. She damn near ran up the stairs like the kids do on Full House. She didn't do that this time, though. But that's because the way that you brought up the information, it made it seem as if you purposefully you may or may not have been, lying about certain things or whatever the case may be. But Porsha is in the confessional telling us that, like, she knows for a fact that Shamia probably did show her messages because, like, it actually wasn't the lawyer, it was her therapist, and it definitely crosses the line. And I was like, Shamia ain't shit. Shamia ain't shit, y'all. She ain't. Like, she really not. Shamia be really walking around here like, oh my God, I'm such a good person. And listen to me when I say this. I don't doubt that Shamia in real life is a good person. I believe that. I just think that in the grand scheme of this show, the way that she carries herself in this dynamic, she's not a good person. Now, outside of the show, she may be an amazing person, which I can definitely understand. Even when she was talking to the producer and they were having like their little back and forth going on about the grease, I was like, Shamia seemed like a cool person to talk to. But I'm saying in the dynamic of this friend group of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Shamia ain't shit. Hide it like them vegetables in a lasagna. Do not put it right on the top. Exactly. You got to put that shit deep in there. My phone dropped. Yeah, my bad. Now we get back to the cookout, right? Now Charles is in the confessional telling us, when it comes to cooking, I know what I'm doing. Angela says, well, I win when we're in a dressing war. And I know a lot of y'all thought maybe that she was talking about like dressing as in like, who can dress better between the two of them. But I think that she was talking about like dressing, like the actual dish, dressing, for Thanksgiving and shit like that. And what is Charles if he ain't dogging out Angela in the confessionals? So Angela says, I can probably win a dressing war. Charles says, but what else can you do, bitch? What else is you doing, bitch? You know how to make dressing, bitch, but what else do you know how to make, bitch? All you do is walk around that kitchen, bitch. Who told you can cook, bitch? I spit that dressing out, bitch. Don't you ever feed me that nasty ass dressing, bitch. I was like, once again, fuck Charles Oakley. I was like, why do you continue to play in Angela's face like this? Let her be great. Why can't you do that? Like, it's just dressing. My nigga, did you really have to do that? Like, did you really? And Angela's like, Charles, now don't make it seem like I don't know my way around the kitchen. And he looking like, bitch, I said you don't know your way around the kitchen. Actually, you get lost. You don't even know what a kid. You don't even know what a sink is to wash your hands before you eat, bitch. Fuck you making my dressing for, bitch. I'm like, somebody please get this man. I really don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him, y'all. Please make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, y'all. Make sure you subscription. Make sure you subscription to me. Make sure the bell is lit up so you get notifications when I upload. Now, y'all, I know sometimes it can be annoying when you have the bell icon, lit up for all. But listen, I don't just be putting up a whole bunch of random posts for y'all. I don't be bothering y'all like that. I promise y'all, the only times y'all get a notification from Jeremy is when a video is coming up. I ain't gonna be blowing your shit up. Okay, I promise y'all can hit the bell next to the subscription button. Hit the bell and click all. Don't click personified. Okay, click all, and it'll let you know what the fuck I'm up to. What's up, Bonnie? How you doing, sis? Didn't get the notification. Most people don't get the notification. Honestly, I think that YouTube probably got irritated with me because I was supposed to do this on Monday and I've been pushing this back every day. Oh, she has great insurance. And oh, y'all, if y'all also want to donate to the channel, super chats are nice and stuff like that. That's appreciated as well. But y'all can also donate to the Cashapp as well. Y'all be saving a bitch's life. Also, a bitch might need to get a new camera. Y'all. Because I think my camera's on its last leg. I'm trying to hold on to it as much as I could. But baby, the way that this camera's starting to reject the battery, I'm getting nervous that I won't be able to be on camera for much longer. And this camera cost me a good, I think it was like $880. Like this is the Sony A6100. Yes, but so y'all please, make sure y'all support the channel. Like that's the most important thing. I don't need your money unless you want to give it to me. I ain't gonna reject it. It lets me know that y'all really appreciate what I'm doing, and I love that for me. But the thing I really want y'all to do the most for real, y'all, is like the videos. That to me, that's the most important thing. Okay, but let's continue, child. So we get back into the actual scene, outside of the confessionals where Charles is dogging Angela out, and the girls are now tasting Kelli and Charles waffles, right? And y'all, Phaedra really be disgusting the shit out of me. Like Phaedra really just be bothering my spirit. It's just something just really gross about her. And I don't know when this happened or whatever the case may be. Hold on. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you, Ray Robinson. Ray, look. I appreciate all your Cash Apps, your super chats and stuff like that. Like I said, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all really for supporting me. Cause y'all don't have to. Okay. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it. And I love every single one of y'all. Okay. Thank you so much, Ray. So yeah, let me continue. But Phaedra be disgusting the shit out of me, y'all. Like I told y'all, I don't really look at Phaedra as like this sex symbol. I really don't. To me, Phaedra look like, when I see her, I just see like somebody making okra, making a pot of greens. I see like a auntie in a muumuu, maybe, and some house slippers, making neck bones, cleaning chitlins, maybe. But like being like this sex symbol and doing all of this weird freaky stuff, like you really be grossing us out and you really be doing way too much. And you really need to stop. I'm starting to feel assaulted by it, if you ask me. And I don't appreciate it. Thank you so much, Daquila, for your Cash App. Thank you so much. Not $10 for the camera. Y'all, listen, dude, don't please. Don't drag me. But listen, so they eating the waffles, y'all. And Phaedra's like, do you have enough? I'm gonna share with you, Angela. I was like, why are you moaning? Bitch, the waffles ain't that good. Control that fucking swamp monster down there. Don't nobody want that, Phaedra. Like, Phaedra be really like, what happened to you? Girl, what happened to the lawyer? What happened to the conservative? You know, what happened to the Reed Queen? What happened to the class? What happened to, the Southern Belle? What happened to that? When did you turn into this? I was like, give it a few more episodes. Like, Phaedra gonna make an OnlyFans. Auntie porn for everybody. Like, don't nobody want that shit, including Charles. And I feel like that's the reason why you be going at Angela the way that you do, is because you feel some type of way, because you probably want a little taste of Charles and his slave penis. They say them slaves may have been depressed, but baby, they was fucking. Slave will wear your ass out down there in the shack. Don't you ask Kunta Kinte to pull his pants down. He'll wear that pussy out. Okay? Like, listen. I just feel that Phaedra is inappropriate when it comes to Angela and Charles. And like the way that she keeps on bringing up, like, I didn't even know Charles was married. Bitch, how does Wendy Williams know Charles is married? How does Kobe Bryant know Charles is married? How does LeBron James, Savannah James know that Charles is married to Angela? How do all of these A-list Fantasia know that? Everybody know that Charles is married, except for you pin-headed hoes on this show. Shamia didn't know. Phaedra didn't know. Porsha didn't know that she was married. But Wendy Williams knew that she was married and also brought it up on her show. Like, how does Wendy Williams know that she married, but y'all don't? And y'all been knowing this man for years. And y'all went on the Wendy Williams show as well. So Wendy Williams knows of Angela, and this is Wendy Williams back when she was on How You Doing? Shout It Out. It ain't the Wendy Williams that we have now. Like, why do y'all keep on saying that? Y'all know damn well that man was married to this woman. And it's really pissing me off that y'all keep on saying that. Like, and then Angela's like dropping photo after photo of all of these celebrities that she's been in the rooms with her husband as his wife. So everybody else that's important knows, but you don't know. Wendy Williams basically brought it up on her show that Charles was married to Angela. And none of y'all heard about that. But coincidentally, y'all all heard about the rumor that Wendy Williams put out about Charles having a baby on Angela. Even though half of the story is her knowing that Charles is married to Angela. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's really pissing me off. Because I feel like y'all keep on playing with me and y'all keep on playing with Angela, and I don't like that. Leave Angela alone. You fucking hot in the pussy aunties need to leave Angela and Charles alone. Leave Angela alone. Thank you so much for this for this Cashapp, Bonnie. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, y'all. Thank y'all. But like, y'all, like, am I the only one connecting that? Like, how Wendy Williams know, but y'all didn't? But y'all was going on Wendy Williams show for fucking promotion at the time. All of these, like, and even when you look up like Charles' old ass online, it tells you that he married. How didn't y'all know that? It's almost like the demonic succubus pussy juice that y'all have down there in y'all nether regions blinds y'all from the fact that these niggas be walking around with wedding rings on. So you saw Charles, but you didn't know that he was married, even though it was all over social media. Carlos King even brought it up that he wanted Angela on the show. Back around like season 6. How the fuck they knew, even back then, that this man was married to her? But y'all didn't. Y'all, please. Phaedra really be disgusting the shit out of me, y'all. And it really be pissing me the fuck off. But they end up saying it's a fucking tie, right? Like it's a tie between the waffles. The girls are just really eating up the waffles that Charles made. Nobody was really fucking with the waffles that Kelli made, but I felt like Angela felt bad because you can tell that Kelli is one of those kids that was probably overlooked a lot when she was a kid. Kelli is probably one of those people who always felt that she was small, so she had to present herself as a bigger personality to make up for her size or whatever like that. But like Kelli, just to me, it just seems that she just screams for attention. And I feel like Angela, being the empathetic and kind person that she is, saw that nobody was really fucking with your waffles like that, and she says it's a tie. But Kelli looked like she was getting upset. She was like, okay, enough. Okay, y'all. Jeremy, she said she knew him 10 years ago, and at that time they weren't married. Phaedra is reaching. They've been married since like, I believe they've been married since like 2017, right? And at the time he was not married. Like it's obvious that they weren't married. But in 2017 they did get married. If it's been 10 years, I mean, I can understand that, but it doesn't make sense because you had to know he got married. This is a whole fucking celebrity. How did you not know that he got married? It doesn't even make sense to me. But let's continue, child. So y'all, listen. If y'all don't like cussing, if y'all don't like somebody showing their ass, I suggest you tune out for what I'm about to cover next, because I am about to violate. I'm about to get real nasty about it. So I just want to give y'all a forewarning. If y'all don't like that out of me, when I do it real heavy, y'all probably want to exit this part. Come back in about 20 minutes. I'll be moved on from what's about to happen. Okay? And I just want to let y'all know, some people say that when you cuss, it's because you have a low vocabulary. Well, bitch, I'm here to tell you this. I cuss because it tastes good, because it feels good. It gets out the exact type of energy I want out. I don't want to say darn it. I want to say damn it. I don't want to say freak or darn. I want to say fuck. That's what I want to say. If I like the word bitch, and I'm fine with being called bitch too. Honestly, I feel like I am. In some aspects of that is overall I'm a nice person, but I just want to give y'all, I just want to put that out there. My vocabulary is real thick, but I do like to cuss. I'm a sailor, literally. But let's continue. So a random man taps Angela on the shoulder and he tells her, let me pull it up. He tells her, hi Angela, I really need to speak with you. Now Angela is like, who the fuck is this? How did he get past security? That's a good question, Angela. How the fuck did he get past security? How the fuck did he get on a mic? Because I'm not understanding. how he even got in proximity to even touch her on her shoulder. Like, you bitches are letting hoes who don't even know us come up and touch us. The fact that he was even able to tap her on her shoulder is insane to me. But he tells her, I just really need to talk to you. She said, do I know you? Like, do we know each other? He says, my name is Marcus. You don't know me, but I know your husband. He comes to my restaurant and I have some things that I think you might want to hear. I just really need to talk to you. She brushes him off, does not give him any attention, right? And she's trying to make sure that she doesn't cause a scene because Charles is here, and Charles look big and strong. Charles may look like a slave, but one thing Charles does look like is like he's strong and he big. And currently he's in front of some hot pots and pans right now. So the last thing that we really need is for him to grab a hot pot or hot pan and toss that shit across the room at this man's face. So she's trying to keep it together, right? Phaedra is just like, what's going on? What's going on? Drew's looking confused and Angela's looking really affected by this. And I have some things to say. This one is for production, one is for that man, and the third one is for you, Phaedra. So let me say this. Marcus, you give bald-headed motherfuckers a bad name. When I saw your head, I was like, damn, I really hate that I don't have hair because I don't even want to be in the same head group as you, you nasty bitch. I was like, I don't even want to be in the same proximity to that. It's giving yuck. For you to be a grown-ass fucking man and make your way on camera to walk up to somebody who you don't even fucking know and tell her what the fuck her man is doing is really fucked up. You a grown-ass fucking man doing this shit. And the crazy thing about it is your bitch ass has been going to all of these different lives. Talking about just wait. You and your man got on Twitter talking about Angela is a fucking bitch. She's homophobic. Kelli ain't shit. How dare she remove us? Like blah 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 blah. Doing all that, running your fucking mouth. All of that because y'all wanted a 15 minutes of fame. Like, y'all have nothing going on in y'all lives. Y'all have nothing to lose, nothing to show for yourselves. So y'all get online, create falsehoods and fabrications about somebody's fucking life just to be in front of a fucking camera and not get paid. That's crazy. Some of you bitches in Atlanta don't have all of the fucking marbles up there. Because I really do think that a lot of you stupid bitches think that fame pays your bills. Being on camera pays your bills. Bitch, being on camera for 2 minutes is not going to equal rent going into your bank account. Why on earth would you do this? It's exactly bitches like you that give homosexuals a bad name. And I completely understand why bitches be homophobic when it comes to hoes like you. It's because y'all are nasty, spirited bitches. Like, for you to walk up to that woman and say that, and then it don't even stop there, y'all. It don't even stop there. So after that, right, they go have a toast. They're toasting for the event, right? And this same man, once again, is this close to the cast. How the fuck is he constantly getting past security? How? He says, I have a cheers. I have a toast, actually. Cheers if your name is Angela and your husband is speaking on you. I mean, your husband is cheating on you. And I just thought that was just so gutter, so distasteful. So gutter snipe of you, dirty ass, disgusting of a bitch. Like, how dare you? How dare you? And a lot of times I really do feel like because you bitches be gay, y'all really feel that y'all can go around talking to women any type of way. Now, don't get it confused here. Bitch, these are reviews. These are reviews. This is my own personal take. Me cussing and all of that type of stuff, that's a part of this review. I would never go up to no woman, disrespect her. Even when I've gotten into YouTube beef with other women, I don't even pay the shit no mind. Y'all never heard me, and I'm talking about like actual people that I've had interactions with. I don't even cuss at women. I don't argue with women. I don't do that. Not saying that I can't, because I could. But my first thing is to not do that. Because I guess I have fucking class and decorum about myself and grace. And I don't walk around like a dirt bucket fag begging for attention from Real Housewife of Atlanta bitches. Like, and you want to know what? I feel like we need to bring this up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Cause I feel like I feel like we need to talk about this as well. We're gonna also give another cheers, but I just want to make sure I get this information right. I just want to make sure we do that. Okay. And let me open this photo up in another tab. Because Marcus, we're gonna give you the energy that you obviously been wanting. Okay, so I have a toast, y'all. So sit back real quick. So, Marcus had that toast for Angela, but let's all put up a bottle of empty a full bottle of water, whatever you drinking, y'all. Toast up with me. Let's toast if your name is Marcus, right? If your name is Marcus, right? Toast up if your name is Marcus, and you're a sex offender. Toast up if your name is Marcus and you may or may not be a sex offender. Put your glasses up. Yeah, girl, put it up. Put it up, y'all. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like that's what we need to do. Cheers, cheers to the girls' weekend. Toast up if your name is Marcus and you're a sex offender. And let's read into this, Marcus, because obviously you want the attention. So wanting attention so bad to become a celebrity, right? To get attention means that, with that being said, that celebrities always have their life peered into. Celebrities get their business exposed. So let's see the celebrity that you are right now. So first name is Marcus. And it's the same hairline that we saw on camera. And middle name is Raphael. Last name Merritt. He also goes by Merritt and Marcus, or Marcus Merritt. Last known address. Don't know if that's that's not trying. You don't know, but he has an offense from 2008 for sexual battery. So you out here sexually battering motherfuckers, but you want to come on camera and be messy about another bitch's marriage. At the end of the day, Marcus, no matter how much Charles is cheating or may have cheated on Angela, it will never amount to you raping somebody or being on the sex offenders list or having to put your name in the registry or not being allowed around schools and children. It will never, ever amount to that. No matter how many bitches Charles has gargling on that slave penis, at the end of the day, none of the bitches that may have been fucked by Charles while he was cheating on Angela amounts to you raping somebody. None of it. And I just really wonder. And let me get you off the screen because like I don't even feel like you deserve any of that, to be honest. Like it's giving pathetic. Okay, so I'm not even gonna like give you that energy. But back to what I was saying though. It's just the sheer like faggotry and disrespect of you to approach this woman and then disrespect her unwarranted. You don't even fucking know this lady. How dare you walk up to her? How dare you tap her on her shoulder? How dare you even touch her? Bitch, you're a sex offender. No. Yeah, like, bitch, don't even touch me. I don't want your sex offending hands on me, bitch. Don't be putting your sexual battering hands on me, bitch. I don't know what you did with that fucking hand before you got here, ho. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. What Denzel Washington be saying? You get your fucking hand off me. Like you came in the scene looking broke, looking musty, looking homeless, looking homely. How you look homely and you don't even look like you have a home? And on top of that, I guarantee you your bitch ass ain't got no motherfucking restaurant. Where the restaurant at, bitch? Where's your restaurant? What's the name of the restaurant? What's the name of the restaurant? I've never heard of it. I asked when I was in Atlanta. Ain't nobody heard of no motherfucking restaurant, bitch. What's the name of the restaurant? See, this is the crazy thing. It seemed to me that at first you tried to make it seem as if you truthfully wanted to let Angela know some tea about her husband. It's something I need to tell you. Oh my God, Angela, it's something I need to tell you. But the moment that she paid you dust and didn't give you the reaction that you thought that you were going to get, you tried it again, except this time you were way more disrespectful than you initially were in the first place. And it's because she didn't give you the attention that you wanted. You came there for attention. You came there to be spiteful. You came there to be vindictive. And all of those things put together is weird as fuck. Granted, you don't even know this bitch. How dare you? Bitches like you need your ass whooped. And I wish he would have let Charles hear what the fuck you did say. So he would have wore your ass down like a motherfucking basketball against the free throw line. I would have loved to see him dribble you all up and down the concrete. Because that's what you deserve. I really do. And the audacity of you to do that while her husband is there. Oh my God. And production. How dare y'all? Y'all at this point, y'all just letting anybody on the fucking show, except for Kenya. Because we don't want to. So wait. I'm not trying to make this about Kenya, right? Not trying to make this about Kenya. But we cut ties with Kenya because it's a bad look or whatever the case may be. That what she did. But then we bringing sex offenders onto the show who not even on the cast, miking them up, letting them pass security. Is that what we doing? Is that what the fuck we doing? Truly original, you bitches will never see the gates of heaven. You bitches won't ever see the gates. Y'all are dirty dumpster barrel bitches who ain't got shit going for y'all. Y'all keep on fucking up every black show. Every black show. Here come you truly original bitches trying to produce it. Bitch, we don't want y'all to keep y'all hands off these black legendary franchises, bitch. We don't like y'all. Y'all always coming with the fuck shit. Now all of a fucking sudden, this fucking sex offender, and I can say that because it is what it is. It's on the registry. I ain't afraid of a motherfucking thing. And y'all already gave me my money via Cashapp. So I'm not really worried about the money I'm gonna make from this video. Okay. But like y'all letting sex offenders on camera on a whole fucking network. Y'all don't do no background checks. Y'all ain't clearing nobody. Y'all ain't doing no investigations. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like the standard is in hell. Like, were y'all that desperate? Were y'all that thirsty for some type of drama? Or like, some type of destruction of Angela and Charles' marriage. Like Charles ain't already destroying the shit every confessional that he's doing already. Like, was it that deep for y'all to have to bring this nigga on the show? Y'all just letting anybody on it. And on top of that, you can see binge worthy with no neck. Like no neck in sight. No neck. Y'all. I thought binge worthy, all I saw was head and shoulders. Just cackling, smiling at all of the shit that this sex offender was doing. And it makes me wonder, do you know this man? Like it's something about you bitches that really get pleasure from seeing other people's misery. And I just don't understand how you could live your life that way. I don't. And I love mess like everybody else do, but I'm not sitting here like, reveling in the fact, oh my God, her husband is cheating on her. Like, who does that? Like, you bitches, like, I was so like a lot of times I'm trying to tell you, I was so disappointed. And maybe I'm wrong, but bitch, I don't care. At the end of the day, I saw what I saw on camera. Ben's really like he was laughing at that shit. He looked like he was just like, I was like, wow, that is insane. I was like, until you do right by Angela, you will never have a neck. It will always be from head to shoulder for you. Period. 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 Always be that. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Never a neck in between. Never. Never, never, never. Like, I love me some, like I said, y'all, I love me some mess. But I just don't agree with that. And for y'all to even allow this man, no telling what he would have done. No telling what he could have did. No telling, no telling. Like, and y'all just letting this man on the show? A whole sex offender. Child, this is crazy. let's also pause for this. So Angela did a interview with Carlos King, y'all. Once again, I really do hate it that you bitches be going to Carlos King for interviews. I hate it because I don't like that man, y'all. I don't like him. I don't like Carlos. Carlos makes my skin crawl, and y'all already know that I'm already emotionally preparing myself for July because Love and Marriage Huntsville coming back. You know, so I'm trying to prepare myself mentally for that. Okay, and what that entails. But just listening to Carlos King, it's I don't like that man. But like the point of me bringing this up was he asks Angela about the whole situation with this man approaching him, and do you think he was paid? She said that she had goons go down by the man's house. Now, she didn't use the word goons. She said that she had people who rolled for her and was down for her, whatever the case may be. Damn, this is really turning into 2 hours. And I'm only on the 6th scene. How many more scenes we got? I got 7 scenes. 7 in total. So I'm almost done. Because I was like, damn, I'm going to have to get myself something to eat soon. But let's continue. But Angela says that like they questioned the man, like they found out where he was. I was like, dude, like, yeah, I'm watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. Bitch, listen. The way I was getting paid off them Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews, baby. The way the views and the subscriber count was going up, baby, I'm gonna be there. Okay, I'm gonna be right there. Listen, I do this for the love of it and for the money. Okay, both of those things need to be in constant rotation. Because then, if the money is not a part of it, and I'm just doing it for free, that's nice. But then the consistency, y'all might get a video once every 6 months. But like the dollars keep me coming back. So yes, I will be watching. And I will be good, and we will be back to our regular schedule, live review, then edited version, upload 2 days later. It's gonna be right back to that. I just didn't feel like doing that for this because I don't really feel like it needed all of that. But like we'll be right back to regularly scheduled programming when Love and Marriage Huntsville come back. But needless to say, y'all, stop getting me off topic. Y'all know I got ADHD. But like I was saying, she says that the man ended up telling her in layman's terms that Phaedra was the one who paid him to do that. Because it was like a whole room of people from Athens, and she says she don't know nobody from Athens. Right? Nobody from Athens. And then she said the only person that she knows from Athens is Phaedra. And now she was like, she connected the dots and the man confirmed it to her. And I was like, wow. Phaedra, you ain't learned yet. You ain't learned yet, Phaedra. Phaedra, you ain't learned yet. So you still as ugly on the inside as your reunion dress that you wore this year looks on the outside. You still out here perpetuating falsehoods and defaming statements. You ain't learned yet. You ain't learned yet. And the crazy thing about this, y'all, is the fact that Phaedra supposedly paid this man. So Phaedra, how do you even know a sex offender? Why would that even be somebody in company of you? And why is it that you are so emboldened to keep on coming for Angela? And I completely believe that you did that. I don't know if you did it as a fact or not, but Angela said that you did, and I believe it. I believe it. And that's my personal opinion. I believe that you did. Because everything about you this season has been shady, questionable, and creepy and weird. From the B613 wigs that you constantly putting on the, like, please retire these fucking platinum blonde wigs. Please give Dolly Parton her wigs back. Please. Please give Miranda Priestley her wigs back. I'm so sick and tired of these grayish blonde wigs that Phaedra keeps on Phaedra, please. Please. If you have anything good in you, please stop bringing these wigs around us. But it's how like gutter butt you are, how like gross you are. You ain't learned from shit. You shouldn't honestly, you shouldn't even came back. I was surprised I even asked you back. Now, like the fact that you're still on this show is insane to me. And now it's seeming that you brought a sex offender on the show to tell Angela that her husband is cheating on her. And y'all, quick question. Was Kelli kids at the event? Were they there? Because if so, how is a sex offender even getting in the building with other children? Ain't that against the sex offender bylaws? Like, Phaedra, you really ain't shit. I never really liked you like that. I never saw it for you, Phaedra. I never thought you were that girl, Phaedra. I never really liked anything that you ever had to show us, Phaedra. I did believe that you know, in the old Real Housewives of Atlanta days, you know, with all of the OGs on there, including Kenya and stuff like that, that, you know, y'all all held y'all own and made the show great, but you were never somebody I liked. And honestly, you've become a caricature of yourself. It's almost as if we're seeing a weird bitch cosplay as Phaedra after a couple drinks. That's what it's giving us. You don't even seem like yourself. But that's the thing about it. Everything that you showed us that you used to be was never really you. That conservative, you know, all about my business woman that you say that you were, you know, this Southern belle, you were never none of that. You are always a gutter snipe who did shit to people behind the scenes, who was probably a fucking sexual deviant, who likes to lie on people and make up falsehoods. That's probably always what you were. That's probably the truth. We're probably seeing the real Phaedra now. It's either that or you having a midlife crisis. But to be honest, I believe that the gutter snipe, trickery that we're seeing right now, that you're showing us, has always been a part of your inner persona. I believe that's always been a thing for you, probably. Because if I'm not mistaken, Nene said that you tried to reach out to her sisters back in the past at a reunion. You don't win when you play dirty. And once again, you are here trying to play dirty with Angela, and you losing in every aspect of the show. You losing in looks. You losing in relationship. You losing in clothes. You losing in fashion. You losing at the reunion. You losing at being sexy. You just losing. You shouldn't be on this show no more. But I'm gonna move on because I got stuff to do. I can't just be on on this too much. But he says what he says, and then they escort him out of the building. Kelli basically apologizes to Angela and assures her that like she would never allow somebody to come up to them like that's just just random and disrespect her. She would just never allow that. And like she just wants to assure her. And Angela says, girl, I know, I understand. Because I feel like Angela already kind of knows who it is. Because that person was just eating up this whole thing that was happening. One of them was Phaedra. And the second one was the YouTuber I told y'all that don't have no neck. Those two were the two that was smiling the most. Everybody else looking so confused and disgusted. But them two smiling ear to ear. Head and shoulders. And B613s. You bitches need Jesus. But after the event comes out, right? After the event closes, Phaedra scurries into her car. She can't wait to call, Porsha. She calls Porsha. Porsha is still with Brit and Cynthia, right? And she tells them that it's a man. Girl, I got the tea. A man approached Angela. And girl, he had some things to say. Your husband is cheating on you. I just feel very insulted by this. I don't. So you're telling me the same moment Brit is having Porsha and Cynthia over to her home, right? The same moment that is happening, this event is happening where a man who nobody knows is able to pass security, pass production, walk up to one of the cast members and let her know that her man is cheating on her, and then disrespect her later on at the same event. And then afterwards, I have enough time to walk to my car, call Porsha, where she's coincidentally filming with Brit and Cynthia. Production, please. Phaedra, please. And on top of that, how did this man even get mic'd up? Who put a mic on him? Because I told y'all, like, y'all remember I said that a little bit earlier in this review. I was like, you know what, when bitches don't have a mic, you can't even hear what they saying. Because although Head and Shoulders was in the background of that video, smiling, he wasn't mic'd. So we couldn't even hear what he was saying. Right? But this man was mic'd up. How that work? You bitches keep on wondering why y'all getting sued. Bravo. It's because of bitches like that. That's why. That's why y'all keep on getting sued. Because y'all don't have any boundaries. Y'all don't have any standards. But y'all want to sit here and act like y'all got standards. Now, like I told y'all, I completely believe that everything that Kenya did was low down and dirty. Right? She was definitely wrong. Hold on, y'all. Let me I'll be right back. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. I ain't gonna even hold you. But like I was saying, y'all, like I believe everything that Kenya did was really fucked up, right? I don't think that she was right. But this is my question. Now, Kenya shows said photos at this event of hers, saying that it is Brit. Production investigates. Brit wants to see the photos. Apparently or allegedly, they didn't let Brit see the photos. Now, Brit, after seeing the photos, confirms that it was not her in the video or any of the photos that Kenya showed. None of those were her. But y'all investigated and y'all didn't know it was her. Y'all never thought to put that out, that it wasn't her. Let her know that it wasn't her. Right? And then we fire Kenya. You know, we suspend Kenya for the season. You know, bye Kenya. But we still leave this gray area that Brit was shown in these photos in front of a whole room of people. Then, after that, we drop Kenya, bring in a woman who lied on a former cast member, saying that she wanted to, drug and R-word her. R-word somebody else on the cast. Bring her on. Kenya did too much of a liability. Let's bring on the lawyer who likes to lie about rape. Let's bring her on. She knows the right thing to do, right? She comes onto the show. Next, we see her apparently planning something with this man and the production team, obviously, because he has a mic. He's on camera. He got past security, right? So a sex offender is able to get on camera, past security, get mic'd to tell Angela her man is cheating on her. And you bitches wonder why y'all be getting sued. It's because like it low-key really feels as if Bravo is saying by any means necessary, no matter what the cause, no matter what transpires, we need to make good television. No matter we have to disrespect you, no matter we have to lie on you, no matter we have to bring somebody on to lie on you, no matter we have to be colorist, no matter we have to, do dirty things behind the scenes, plant stories, no matter what we have to do. Showcase somebody, showing photos that aren't even of me, but I'm going to allude that is you because that's a better storyline. It wouldn't have worked if it wasn't you, Brit, so we had to say it was you. Like, y'all do y'all have no boundaries that y'all don't cross? It seems that like as each year progresses, the shows on Bravo gets more and more disgusting to watch. And then y'all want to act like y'all have this integrity. Like what Kenya did was so bad. When y'all are just as dirty and gutter snipe as she is. I was completely disgusted with this episode, to be honest. I was disgusted with this episode based off that. I would have moved furniture if I was in that scenario. I would have, bitch, Williamson Sonoma would have had to sue Bravo for utility bill for repairs, bitch. Furniture and pots and pans would have been moving in that bitch if it was me. Cause y'all play too much. Y'all do too much. But let's continue. Let's get to the last scene. Child, we're at Phaedra prepping for this like black glove affair, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Child, so Porsha calls Phaedra, right? And she lets her know that she won't be at the party because her cousin passed, Lundy passed. And I want to send my condolences out to the Williams family. It's never a good feeling when somebody that you love and you care about pass. And my condolences for Porsha. I really do remember Lundy on her show. Was a very sweet girl. She seemed like a very nice person. And it's very unfortunate. I hope she rests in peace. Hope that she's reconnected with Source and in the afterlife, got peace, and is able to watch over her family, and be a powerful spirit, light and love, all of that, so my condolences. And it was just really sad to listen to, y'all. When the topic of death comes up, I get really sad because y'all already know. Y'all already know what I already been through myself because I already talked about it countless times. I don't even need to get back into that. But, it's just really sad when people are young, have so much life left to live, and are just good people. And they end up meeting a demise. Like, I just think that's, so unfair. But I have to, we have to make it a point to know that, death is not the end. It's the beginning of something new. Energy doesn't die. It transforms into something else. It gets transmuted, right? So, when we leave this body, it's not the end. It's the end of this physical being, yes, but the spirit lives on. Your energy, your emotions, who you were underneath all of this, the spirit that's powering, this vessel that we call our bodies, that moves on to something else, right? And I hope Porsha and her family can seek solace in that, and I hope that anybody else that's dealing with a loss can seek solace in that as well. Okay. Now let's continue. So the ladies show up. They all look good except for Angela. Angela. Now you've been doing good for the most part of this season, but what the fuck was this wig? Angela, I'm gonna need you to never do this again. Angela had on like one of them, like, one of them Juanita Bynum wigs. Like, like it was definitely a Juanita Bynum wig. Y'all know those Juanita Bynum wig that's got the lace, that lace down, but it has like it looked like it has like pieces of hair missing from the front root area going down to the tresses. It just has like a bald spot in the front. Angela. Don't ever do that again. Don't like I bet not ever catch you with that wig on. Who allowed you to come out the house looking like this? Girl, no. It the like I know that I be acting like Charles be talking to you like the nigga from the Tyler Perry movie, ashtray bitch. But baby, you don't have to grab the Tyler Perry wigs. Not the Tyler Perry wigs. What is wrong with you? Do better, Angela, please. Don't ever do this again. I don't never want to have this conversation with you again, okay? Now I love you, Angela. Don't make me have to drag you again like this. Girl, that wig was terrible. Oh, it was bad. And it just made you look old. I was like, oh. What is an Astro wig? But like, child, not a one of them days wig, not a Timu Wish wig. What is wrong? Y'all dirty as hell. Let's continue, y'all. Let's move on. Angela says that she hopes they had security after she was bum rushed at the last event. Cynthia's like, girl, you didn't need no security. I was like, Cynthia, shut up. Shut up, Cynthia. Shut up. You know exactly why Angela feels like she needs security, and the bitch does need security. If random sex offenders can walk up and touch you on the shoulder and try to tell you about your marriage, bitch, please, security me, please. Please, can I have a little bit of security? Fuck you talking about? And why the hell does it look like, why does it look like Cynthia's face and head is getting rounder every single episode I see her on? What is going on with Cynthia? By the end of by the finale, Cynthia gonna look like a fucking lemon head. What is going on, Cynthia? I need to control myself. All right, so Brit tries to speak to Kelli, right? You know, Kelli is ignoring Brit. You know, Kelli tells us, you know, she's been supportive of Brit. You know, I've been there for her. I've showed up for her. I gave her flowers. I gave her candy. I gave her time. I gave her patience. I gave her everything. And for her to not, you know, reach out to me during one of the hardest times in my life because of a glam team, that's not a friend. That's not a friend. And I can agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that, y'all. her head did get fat. I'm fucking crying. Y'all are eating her up. But like, yeah, I was like, why would you say that she don't need security when you were there when Phaedra called you and Porsha and told y'all that a random man walked up to her, touched her on her shoulder at an event? Like, obviously she needs security. Child, if a random sex offender could just walk up and touch you on the shoulder and say amen, I would hope that somebody would get me security. But Angela basically is talking to Cynthia and the rest of the girls about what happened, you know, at, you know, Kelli's event, right? Now, it's a weird energy between, you know, between Brit and Kelli, right? They're kind of having a little bit of a back and forth, right? Now, Angela tries to change the topic. She's like, so back to what happened about me, right? What happened about me? The man at Kelli's event. And you know, let's not interrupt the story time, story time. So Brit says, you know, we have a lot of stories to tell. And then Kelli says, you know, well, let's have a story time then. I was like, oh shit, this is about to get crazy. This is about to get crazy, y'all. This is about to get crazy. Let's tune in. Let me grab my notes so I can make sure. I want us to gather every single thing that the person said. Right? So Brit's in a confessional saying that she's disappointed in Kelli and that all of it had to come to this because she could have just talked to her and let her know how she felt and confided in her about the glam team, and she would have understood. But you know, she didn't do that, and she wants to be a hater. So you know, it is what it is, right? But Kelli gets back to explaining the market situation. Angela tells us that she did her own research, right? That she had some people who don't play by her, you know, roll up on Marcus and basically gather the information that she needed. And she said it was a man that, that paid him to do it. Now, Angela, I'm confused. Now, you got on Carlos King's podcast and you said that the man told you Phaedra did it. And that the man's sister went to school with Phaedra's brother. That's what you said. But in this scene, at Phaedra's event, mind you, you're at Phaedra's event and you acted like you've already gotten this information, right? You're at Phaedra's event after all of this. And you are saying that a man did this, like a man paid him. So what's the truth here? Was it some man or was it Phaedra that did it? Or did Phaedra get a man to pay? Like I can't keep up. Were y'all also seeing the dichotomy of those two answers? I was like, nah, Angela, I would hate if you fucking lying. Because which one is it? Is it the man that did it? Or is it that Phaedra did it? And if Phaedra did it and you already got the answers from the man, because you already did your research, why the fuck are you at her event then? If she paid this man to come up to you and tell you that your man is cheating on you and come at you at this event, what are we doing here? It's not aligning to me. And it's given that you fucking lying. Now, I don't know which one of these could be true. I don't know if the man initially lied to you and you asked him some more questions. Child, she said a man at first, but then they showed clips after where she talked to the guy and said he had to come clean if he didn't want his pedo business out. I don't remember them showing any clips. I don't remember that. They showed clips of her talking to the man? Because I didn't see that. Did y'all see that? I didn't see that. You didn't see any clips either, Crystal? Okay. Because I was like, I didn't recall seeing no clips. It was her sitting down at the table with him, and he typed Phaedra's name in her phone to tell her, hold on. Give me 1 second. Yes, for next week episode. Did I miss that? I must have missed that. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to see more of that next episode. Phaedra has been mighty quiet, though. Hey, Sakina, how you doing, sis? But yeah, let's get back to the topic at hand, though. So they ask her, like, so do you are you a part of the mafia or the mob? She says, no, we just have people that don't play about us. I was like, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? It sound like gang. I was like, don't let me find out. Angela is the head of the YSL gang. Oh, like, how did you even find out where this man live? Like, cause we all know that sex offender markets don't have no real restaurant. We know that. So you had to have found out where he lived. No. I mean, and I like Ardra. I seen the Carlos King. I saw that on Carlos King. But what one of the commenters are saying is that it's gonna be shown on the show a clip of her actually talking to the man. That's what she's saying. But let's continue. So y'all, Phaedra locks the door. She says, if you ain't here by the time that you're supposed to be here, you ain't gonna make it in. So I hope Drew got a teleportation device. I was like, I hope she does as well, because the bitch ain't gonna get in if you got the door locked. Once again, Drew always puts herself in predicaments to be embarrassed, but you gotta love Drew because she rolls with the punches, even though all the punches is geared towards her. But let's continue. So Drew shows up late, says that it's due to traffic, says that she texted Phaedra and said that, Phaedra still locked her out. I was like, of course Phaedra locked her out, because Phaedra's looking for any type of drama so she could stick around and be on the next season. So she wants to do that by any means necessary. So she's gonna do messy shit like that. And I would have just went home. Or I would have started, doing bongo drums on a window. I would have interrupted the event. I feel like if you want to do something at the expense of causing a scene towards me, then I'm gonna do something that's gonna cause a scene towards you as well. I would have been, doing with the, like, what you call the lip glosses popping beat on the window. I would have interrupted. Y'all would have gotten sick. Y'all would have let me in. Y'all ain't gonna lock me out. I would have told the policeman that my purse was in the building, because a policeman just walked up to Drew and gave her a chicken wing. I was like, now, why are we eating like strangers' chicken, Drew? Now I don't know if somebody delivered that to her and the police brought it up, but I would have told the police that my purse was in this venue and I need to get in. Like, I would have caused the scene. Don't embarrass me, because then we gonna have to embarrass each other, and I don't want that. We don't have to do that. But I'll move on. So Cynthia says that it's crazy that a man, would go out of his way to like do all of this stuff at Kelly's event, take time out of his busy schedule. Kelli says she wonders if the person who paid him may be one of the people that didn't show up to her event. And basically she's alluding to Brit. Now, Kelli, you gonna either pay the bitch dust or you're not. You gonna pay the bitch dust or you're not. Either pay her dust or just say what you feel and feel what you gotta say. Don't just be sitting here throwing subliminal shots, allusions to things, if we saying that we're not paying her any attention. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So Kelli says, so Brit says, well, that can't be the case. I mean, I wasn't there, but I was with Phaedra and Cynthia. They were at my house. She was like, oh, she visited your house. Oh, mind you, Brit is talking to her, but she is ignoring Brit and talking to Cynthia about Brit, inviting them to her house. So the passive aggressiveness is at an all-time high, because why are you talking like I'm not here? You're talking about my actions with the rest of the cast like I'm not here. Obviously, you're itching for an argument. To me, it seems that way. I really do feel as if Kelli did not start that shit, Brit would not have started. Brit, to me, was ignoring Kelli for the most part. Brit was like, as soon as, Kelli ignored Brit wasn't like punching at Kelli, trying to poke at her. It didn't seem that way to me. And I'm being objective. Y'all already saw I had it written down that I had to be. I had to look at it objectively, right? I felt that Kelli kept on picking at Brit until Brit all said, okay, are you going to address me? Or I know that may be difficult for you, She was like, no, it's not difficult. She's like, but you're being very passive aggressive towards me right now. You know, that's what you're doing. And then Kelli says, I'm not passive aggressive. And then she says, yeah, you are a little passive. She was like, I'm not passive, I'm aggressive. Brit walks up, y'all, listen. Now, I don't know if it was the energy Brit had behind the words, the smug attitude that she had behind the words, or whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden, Brit began to eat Kelli up. Brit said, I never seen you be aggressive ever. The way that she said that, it resonated somewhere deep in me. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I was like, she ate that. She ate that. And then Kelli's gonna tell her, Brit, don't play with me. Don't play with me, Brit. Don't play with me. So Brit says, oh, are you the big bad wolf now? Oh, you're the wolf? Like Kelli says, girl, I'm the mighty wolf. I was like, it's like, Kelli, is that the best you can do? Mighty wolf? Girl, I know they tore your ass up at this reunion. I know they did. I know they tore your ass up at this reunion. I know they did. I know they did, girl. But if this is what you're showing us, she said, I'm the mighty wolf. Brit says, you're not. It's a persona. You're really insecure. Mind you, Brit Bob is like this, y'all. I was like, it's almost like the fucking Bob giving her superpowers. What the fuck is going on? I was like, it's the Bob giving her extra abilities that she didn't have. I was like, now you can read all of a sudden with the Bob. Bitch, where's the Bob been during the whole damn season? Where was the Bob in Grenada? The Bob should have been in Grenada. Where was the Bob? Where was the Bob when you was at the bank? That's where you should have had the Bob on. That if it was going to have you reading like this, because you was out here acting like Yosemite Sam at the bank, acting like you didn't know how to control yourself because you got called a peasant. Now you a read queen. What is going on? I was shook. I was like, this is insane, y'all. Now she eating her up. I did not expect that. And she says, "You like it's a persona. You're insecure. You have insecurities." And then Kelli says, "Oh, I'm insecure, but you using my team." And I was like, "See, there we go. There we go. You couldn't wait to throw that in her face because you really feel some type of way about it. You feel some type of way about it, and you want to throw. And on top of that, a lot of insecure bitches have a lot of glam squads." Do you know how many insecure hoes is in Hollywood that got glam teams? You could definitely be insecure with a great glam squad. Look at Giselle. Look at Monique. Y'all love that bitch, and she's definitely insecure. She has a great glam team. You could be insecure and have a glam team that people may or may not want to use. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. And then this is when Brit says, "Oh, you mean the glam team that you begged me to work with because you need a sidekick?" Brit, not gonna lie, like Brit, it was the way that Brit had said a sidekick, honey. I was like, girl, come on now. Kelli, fight back. Fight back, Kelli. Kelli, fight back. Child. And she was like, well, let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what happened. So Kelli walks away, y'all. She was like, so Kelli asked me to work with her glam team because she needed a sidekick. She needed somebody to be her sidekick. And then she told the glam team to stop working with me because she was insecure about me getting better looks. Kelli comes back and says, like, ain't nobody insecure about you, hoe. You a hoe. Yeah, ain't nobody insecure about you, hoe. And I was on, wait a minute. Now, Kelli. See, once you go over a certain threshold of disrespect, Kelli, you have to be completely ready for what comes back. Because at this moment, Kelli, you fucked up. At this moment, this is when you started to fuck up. Because you're in your interviews, right? You're in your interviews basically saying, like, you knew the friendship was over and you were completely done with Brit after she said what she said that I'm going to talk about, but you basically started doing these low blows. So did you, like, so if she never said that to you, right? What she's going to say, right? You calling her a pill popper, basically calling her a drug addict, did you think that, like, that y'all could come back from that? So you could throw low blows at people, right? You could throw low blows at people, and the friendship is repairable. But when somebody throws a low blow at you, you like your hands are washed. So y'all don't know what I'm talking about. So what happened was, she says you are a hoe. So Phaedra gets in between the two of them, right? She gets in between. She's like trying to back up Kelli because Kelli's walking up like she wants to do something, right? So she separates them and she tells Phaedra. Kelli tells Phaedra while Phaedra's facing her, and I think everybody was confused. She tells Phaedra, "You better get your pill popping roommate. Get your pill popping roommate." She said it twice. So now you laid out an accusation that she does drugs. Now, to me, I thought that was completely unwarranted. I don't think that anything Brit said at that moment had warranted her to say that about her. Now, me calling you insecure, how does that equate to you calling me a drug addict? Claiming I'm popping pills. Like, bitch, how dare you? So then she walks away. She was like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. And she was like, I don't need to be around her. I can't be around her. I need to leave. I need to go. Mind you, she still ain't left the venue yet. She's just walking away, right? So Brit says to her in response, she says, like, that's why your stylist said that you look a mess, girl. That's why your stylist said that you look a fucking mess, girl. And if you really want to talk about it, we can really talk about all of those abortions that you had in your marriage, honey. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, whoa. Kelli runs up. So Kelli walks back to her and said, bitch, you can never have a kid. Bitch, you can never be me, bitch. You want to be me. And then Brit says, don't nobody want to be you, you little hobbit. I was like, Kelli got packed up. She got packed up. That's just my personal opinion. Kelli got packed up. Ate her right on up. And the girls are going to her talking about, like, and I'm talking about Brit. They're going to Brit saying, Brit, you can't say that. You can't say that, Brit. You can't say that. So none of you bitches wanted to jump in when this hoe was claiming I was out here popping pills. None of y'all wanted to apprehend her from saying that shit. Y'all allowed her to say that shit twice. But the moment I hit back and talk about all of the abortions that she done had, all of a sudden now I'm wrong. How the fuck that work? How is that fair? I don't give a fuck what any, like, listen here, y'all. I want y'all to listen to me closely. People are out here dying because of drugs. People are out here losing family members because of drug problems. People are out here strung out. People are out here really battling demons who lean on drugs. Some people, so I know people who've been doing drugs because they were touched as children, because they were touched as adults. They've got their innocence taken away from them. They got abused. They didn't mentally know another way out. I know people who has dealt with drugs because of those things, right? So to call me a drug addict, not only is so unwarranted, but it's such a slap in the face if Brit does have a drug problem. For you to expose that on nationally syndicated television because she called you insecure about a glam team. Like, suppose she does have a drug problem. What's the wrong? Like, people do drugs because they have pain that they're trying to soothe. Right? Suppose if she really did have a drug problem, why would you ever get on camera and say that on national television? Mind you, Brit has not violated her yet. Now, Brit has been playing in her face, yes, but Brit did not violate and get low in the gutter yet with her. Just claiming that she was insecure and jealous about the glam team, which is light to me. That's light. But for you to go about and say, and if it was facts, that makes it even more fucked up. Because nothing warranted that. The real daughter, even if she does have a drug problem, that makes it even more fucked up for Kelli to even expose that for no reason. There was no point for Kelli to even say that. Brit did not say anything to warrant Kelli to call her a drug addict in front of every fucking body. Y'all can disagree with me if y'all want, but I think Kelli got ate up. I don't think that Kelli won anything. I don't think that. We could disagree to disagree. We could agree to disagree. But like I said, so when she brought up the fact that Kelli had those abortions, I was like, fair. That's fair. That's fair. I feel like those two things are fair. One may be more fucked up to the other one, depending on who you are, what you may have experienced in your life. But at the end of the day, that she threw a low blow and then she threw a lower blow. If you want to take it to hell, I'm gonna take it to the inferno. Let's get deep. You don't get to throw out a low blow and then and then I can't say something. I can't get too deep. I can't get too dirty with it. No. As soon as you called that girl a pill popper, bitch, your womb was up for debate. To me. And I'm not saying that being a drug addict is equal to having abortions, but to me, when you call somebody a pill popper, that means you're calling them a drug addict. And to me, being a drug addict is worse than having an abortion. I think the fucked up thing about it is that Brit is basically saying that Kelli was cheating in her marriage and getting pregnant and having abortions. To me, that's what it sounded like it was alluding to. Like you were out here cheating in your marriage and you're getting abortions. And I feel like, okay, both of them are in the wrong. I feel like Brit ate Kelli up. Brit ate her up. Brit bone apple teeth that bitch. But at the end of the day, they both were in the wrong. I don't feel that Brit was way more wrong than Kelli or Kelli was way more wrong than Brit. But we need to acknowledge that Kelli is the first one to throw out that low blow. Baby, when you call her a pill popper, it was up from there. If you never would have said that, it wouldn't have got that. It wouldn't have got there, I believe. I don't believe that Brit would have said anything about abortions if you did not call her a pill popper. And regardless of her being a pill popper is true or not, it was no reason for you to even say that. And if it was true, it makes it even more fucked up because, okay, so you know I'm struggling with a drug problem. Why? So me calling you jealous or insecure about the glam team that we're both using is cause for you to expose the fact that I do drugs in front of nationally syndicated television? Brit doesn't tell the truth, but like, is Brit out here popping pills? Have we seen Brit pop pills? Have we seen Brit pop pills? And let's be clear here. We both seen Kelli and Brit lie on this show. And on top of that, they was Ace Boone cooning it up when Brit was out here being a fucking liar. They were best friends. So Kelli was just chilling on the couch while Brit was hot popping pills. That don't even make sense to me. Kelli and Brit are both liars. I say what I said, and I like as I believe I am right. Cam, I am. Listen, Kelli is a flip-flopping liar. Her husband was an abuser. Nobody is saying her husband wasn't an abuser, but are we saying that her husband was the one who got her pregnant? Is that what came out of Brit's mouth? Or did she just say you got all of those abortions? I don't know. To me, based on the comment that Brit said on the Shade Room, she said in response, I don't know if it was on the Shade Room that I saw it on, but she said in response to Kelli's interview that she did, she said, don't make me expose more tea about those abortions, about who you were really pregnant by. Basically saying that she wasn't even pregnant by her husband. So I don't know. Like I'm saying, like Brit, like, are we just automatically assuming that Brit is out here on drugs? Like, why are we doing that? Like I'm saying, like, does that, like, why? So why is it more believable that Brit is popping pills than for it to be believable that Kelli had an abortion in her marriage because she got pregnant by somebody? Like, I don't understand why those two things aren't held at the same level. Like I'm saying, so you getting online saying I'm a pill popper. And everybody's supposed to believe that is fact. But when we talk about Kelli abortions, that's a lie. That has to be a lie because Kelli said so. Kelli also said that Brit was popping pills. So now, Lee, let's not do that. Like, let's not make a mockery of her abuse and her marriage. Like, he didn't lock her in the closet. Like, she was being abused. But like, what I'm saying is, like, I'm not here to, like, make light of her abuse. That's definitely, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm giving a space for y'all to do that or that I'm doing that myself. What I'm saying is that Brit, we don't know if Brit has ever taken pills or not. We don't know drugs that Brit has done. We don't know. We don't know if that's the truth or not. And you could say what you believe, but y'all don't know that for a fact. And for y'all to even believe Kelli, like, off of just a couple lines like that, like, it makes me believe that Brit had even more right to say what the fuck she had to say. Because, like, bitch, you're saying shit that people going to believe about me, and it may or may not be true, but I'm gonna say what the fuck I gotta say about you, and let's disseminate if people believe that or not. No, Lee, she said she locked herself in the closet because her husband was chasing her to physically abuse her. That's what she said. He didn't lock her in the closet. She hid in the closet. But like, I just want to like make that a fact though. Like, you know, and it may have not been intentional, but I just don't want, you know, I just want to be clear here, you know, that, you know, we don't laugh at abuse, you know, in any form. Okay. And I know you weren't making light of it. And I know that's not what you meant, but I like, you know, other people may get things misconstrued and may feel comfortability to say certain things in the chat. And I don't want that to be this. Okay, I understand. But like, no, Kelli said it on the show that she hid in the closet from her husband because he was physically abusive to her. If Brit and her husband look like they pop pills, then what the fuck did Kelli and her husband look like they did? Can we like what? Like can we like Keisha? If Brit and her husband look like they take drugs, then what the fuck did Kelli and her husband look like they did? Botox party. Child, because both of those couples look very sketchy. Like both of those, but I don't get drug addict when I look at, you know, when I look at Brit. I don't get that. I'm not seeing that. If I like, you know, if I did, I would say it. I would, you know, I wouldn't have no problem saying it. But like, I don't see that. I don't get. Oh my God, this bitch always be half of a pill. Like I don't get that. Like Brit's husband don't even like for her to drink because she can't hold her liquor. She can't even drink a lot. So are we to believe that like, you know, they like she out here strung out on pills? Like that don't even make sense to me. You wouldn't see it. Okay. But like, yeah, child. So like the damn thing begins to start. The like little showcase. They got Jessica White from Love and Hip Hop modeling some of the clothes. They got other people modeling some of the clothes, and we seeing the, you know, Dylan's fashions. You know, he is showcasing his pants that he's made, and he also lets the audience know that they can order it online and that it's ready, and that, you know, they already talked to the manufacturers about the designs and the patterns that they need to be using. So all of it is ready. You know, it was a nice event. You know, Drew ended up getting access after the event was over. And then this is when Shamia pulls Brit to the side and says, you know, girl, you know that she is, you know, going through all of that, you know, going through all of that stuff. And, you know, she's going through this and she's going through that. You know, why didn't you reach out to her? You know that was important. And then she says, like, because I'm a real ass bitch, Shamia. I'm a real bitch. I was like, judging by the BBL, the nose job, the boob job, the wig, and the makeup, I don't know if it's giving I'm a real ass bitch. I don't know. It's giving made, you know, it's giving made in China. But go off. Go off, sis. I don't know about this real ass bitch, but go off, sis. But she says, like, that's because like I was hearing stuff from all of the girls about Kelli talking about me and about the glam squad stuff. So now Brit is now saying that, okay, so Kelli did, you know, like I guess they talked that out, you know, talked out the whole glam team thing, but I guess she was upset because Kelli was going around talking about her to other people. in the cast about the glam team, I guess after they had already talked it out. And I completely understand that. I completely understand that, y'all. Like, okay, so like mind you, well, then again, Brit said that she wished that Kelly would have talked to her about the glam team situation. So let me, I'm trying to piece this together in my head to make sense. So Kelly said that she wished she would have talked to her about feeling some type of way about the glam team. They could have confided, she could have confided in her, meaning that they did not talk about it. But at the villa that they were in Grenada, she said, I don't need a glam team. I just care. I'm fine with myself. But she says, I just want us to be okay. So it's like she didn't, and like Kelly didn't talk to Brit about how she felt. She just told the people not to work with her. Brit got the news of that from the glam team. She shrugged it off and just still did her own thing. And they talked about what was going on, between the two of them regarding the donations and regarding, anything else. She said, do you have any other problems with me? Kelly said no. But Kelly did have problems with her, but Kelly wasn't honest about it. Because Brit did ask when they were in Grenada about, is it anything else or is it just the donations? Kelly could have said, yeah, I have a problem with you using my glam team. Now, Kelly is lying to Brit's face, knowing that Brit has already been told by the glam team that she tried to use that they can't use her because Kelly told them not to. Right? Now walk with me, y'all. Walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me. I know I seem like I'm going to a crazy place, but listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm breaking this shit down. When they were in Grenada, they had the conversation. Brit at the end of the conversation said, is there anything else that you have a problem with me about? Like, is there anything else? Like, is it only about the donations? Kelly said, yes, it's only about the donations. Kelly lied. Kelly had a problem with something other than the donations. Now, Brit knew that Kelly told the team not to work with her. So she asked, is there anything else? But Kelly says no. Now come to find out, Kelly has gone around telling all the other girls about the issues that she has with Brit using her team. So I'm asking you to your face, what's the problem? You say you don't have a problem, but you're going around to other people basically telling them that I'm a weirdo for wanting your whole team and I'm a stalker and I'm giving single white female. And then you get back home and you got to go to your court date, but you want my sympathy. So I can completely understand what she's talking about. It makes sense. So then Shamia also says to her, y'all, she says, but and you bringing up like abortions? Come on, you can't do that. And I'm just like, why can't she? Why can't she? Yes, she can. She did, and she can, and she did. I don't see the reason why she can't. If Kelly could go around calling her a drug addict. Okay, you want to put out my drug use or are you lying about me using drugs? Okay, well let me bring up abortions that you've had, and people have to piece together what they believe is true. So to me, that it doesn't make sense. And then Brit also echoed my sentiments. She was like, but she's bringing up I'm doing drugs. So I'm not, it is what it is. So then Phaedra calls everybody together. She's like, y'all, I want to let y'all know why Porsha could not make it. And she tells them that, Porsha's cousin passed, Lundy. And immediately when Shamia heard that, she was in tears. And I really thought that was very fucked up of Porsha not to tell Shamia that, but tell Phaedra that. Like, I thought that was just really nasty. It's just really nasty, just real gross of you to do that. Like, you really could have told that woman that. Like, you really could have let her know. Like, you really could have. Why would you not tell her? Why would you not communicate that that's your cousin passed, and you know that she has a relationship with your family, and she also had her own relationship with Lundy as well? Like, why would you not tell her? And then to have her sit through this whole event, and then tell her that at the end, knowing that she probably felt that, she wished she could have been there for, Porsha. And not like, that's just real fucked up. I just felt real bad for her. I really did. Now, I may not like a lot of the ways that Porsha, Shamia, or Kelli moves, but I'm somebody who's empathetic and I have sympathy for people. So I did not like that. And I thought that was real nasty of you, Porsha. Like, for you to even choose in the moment of grief to be petty is crazy to me. It's sociopathic behavior at best. It wasn't about Shamia. Everything and about her. I'm not saying that everything is about Shamia. But like, this is your best friend. Mind you, Porsha and Shamia already made amends. Porsha and Shamia Porsha was in fucking Grenada, like looking in Shamia's face, talking about, girl, I just want to say I love you so much. I really do, and I appreciate you. Like, putting it on thick. Got this girl doing, got the girl doing the minstrel show dance about their friendship. Got my friendship back. Like Shamia was doing in the confessionals. For your cousin to pass, and for you to communicate that to Phaedra and not even tell Shamia, when Shamia is somebody who actually probably had a relationship with Lundy because y'all all grew up together. Like that shit is fucked up. Like, that's fucked up. How do we know Shamia didn't tell Porsha? I mean, how do we know Porsha didn't tell Shamia? I mean, the way Shamia acted, it didn't really look like she, and I really do feel like, all jokes aside, that if Shamia would have known that Lundy would have passed, she would have not went to Phaedra's event. I don't believe she would have went there. Shamia didn't give me that, I got this news. Like, I don't know. No, I don't believe that. Now, like I said, I may believe that Shamia may be a bad friend, and not a good person in some instances when it comes to this friendship circle. But I believe in real life, in day to day, like as in like a real person, I don't believe that Shamia is a bad person. I don't believe Shamia is a bad person in real life. Me personally. But we are allowed to believe what we want to believe, y'all. But listen, that's all I got for y'all. That's all I got for y'all. That's it, babies. That's it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. I think I made up for the Shamia was shocked. She didn't know. I wouldn't have told her that soon either. She's too dramatic. But like, the thing about it is that, like, this is your best friend though. We're thinking about this from another angle, but like, Shamia and Porsha are supposed to be best friends. They just made up and reinitiated their love of best friendship in Grenada. For your cousin to die, who I probably had my own friendship with, and for you not to tell me, and for me to find out from this bitch Phaedra? Are you crazy? Like, nah. Okay, y'all. I gotta go. Somebody say I'm buffering. So maybe I think it's time for me to head up out of here, y'all. But listen, thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please share the content if you can. Like the video, please, y'all. Please, please like the video. And I want y'all to know this before I leave. I want you to know that you are loved, and I love every single one of y'all, okay? And I hope that you love yourself. Know that you guys have purpose. Know that you guys have worth. And see me tonight. Oh, fuck. I got to go to the panel tonight. Yes, I do. I forgot about it. Know that you guys have purpose. Know that you guys are meant to be here. And, love yourself. Drink water. Because when you don't love yourself, you and your best friend end up exposing each other on social media and everything like that. We don't want that, okay? But y'all, seriously, I gotta go. I love every single one of y'all. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of y'all day, and I plan on doing the same, y'all, okay? Peace. Bye. Ooh, child.